Hello my beautiful friends. So I am so excited to be filming for you guys today. I just did a makeup tutorial, which is why you're seeing me in the same thing, the same makeup, but you guys have asked me so much to do an eyelash how-to video. I get that request all the time here and in person and everything. I've been wearing them a little bit more because they just add so much to the everyday look that I've been loving them right now. So this is going to be a pretty quick tutorial. I hope that it is helpful. You guys let me know down below whatever you want to see next, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay guys, so I'm in the middle of working on the rest of my makeup. My hair's looking crazy and most of my makeup is done, but I just wanted to stop so that I could go ahead and show you guys my liner routine and how I put on false eyelashes. I get this request all of the time. I've gotten to where I sort of wear these more to work than I was to begin with, and when I wear them, people are like, how do you put those on? I can never do that. And I always say, it is so easy, literally anybody can. So I'm going to use a liquid liner. This is from DHC. It's a liquid eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to line close to my eyes and do a wing. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more so that when we get on the lash part, you guys can kind of see a little better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. I always feel like when I try to film this video about lashes, it's a really quick one because I kind of do it and then I'm like, oh, that wasn't a very good tutorial. It was just kind of me doing it and you guys watching. So I'm gonna try to be very detailed today. I'm going to take a quick break because my phone that's recording my audio decided it wanted to freak out. So I have my eyeliner done. I don't typically line my waterline with anything. If I do, I just do it right in the corner so that I won't have any little pink parts or anything, you know, that looks not mesh there. So I'm going to be using my Demi Wispies from Ardell. They look like this. These are my favorite ones to use on a day-to-day basis when I'm not going for like a dramatic, wow, look at my lashes type thing, because these are not too long. They're not too spaced out or too clumped together. They look super natural. Not like super natural, but they look very natural. So before we start that, we're going to talk about mascara. So I've been loving the Falsies Push Up Angel from Maybelline right now. The brush on this is so weird versus any other mascara because it only has bristles on one side of the brush, which makes it amazing for combing through your lashes and kind of getting them all nice and separated. So I'm going to start by doing that. And this is personal preference, pretty much about if you want to put a mascara on at all. I like to put mascara on, and I do think that it makes a big difference for this and your false eyelashes to kind of blend a little better together, especially if your eyelashes are those bone straight ones that stick straight out. Okay, I'm going to use something else for my lower lashes though. This is another one I've been kind of obsessed with. This is from Maybelline too, and it's the Falsies Big Eyes. The thing about this one that's cool is they have a brush for your upper lashes and a brush for your lower lashes. So this is a waterproof formula, which typically I don't like, but this is the tiny little brush for your lower lashes, and I just think that it's perfect. So that's the last thing I'm going to do after I put my false lashes on. Really quickly about glue. You're going to have to just try to test out a few things to see what's best for you. Also, I cannot stress this enough. Make sure that you do a little test on your arm or something like that so that you see if you're allergic to this glue, if it kind of irritates your skin, because there's nothing worse than putting on eyelash glue and then having a really irritated eye the next day. I don't know if you guys are like that. I wear contacts, and if anything messes up my eye, I'm like, count me out, I'm going home. Make sure that your skin can tolerate whatever glue that you do pick up. So I'm going to tell you guys what I have here. One that's really cool, these are all from Kiss, I think all of my glues are, but this one has aloe in it, and the thing that I like about it, it's black, so if you are not doing liner, that makes it really, really easy so that you don't have to worry about, you know, everything kind of blending together or having that white thing that sticks out of the glue when it dries. I personally like to use white glue because I typically don't wear lashes when I'm not wearing liner, except for a very special case of this lash that I do love. And then I have the same one. This is just clear, which does dry. It doesn't dry super white, but you'll be able to know that there's glue there. So that's why it's important to go back over it with some liner afterwards. But my favorite is from Kiss still, but it's the Clear Strip Lash Adhesive. This one holds for 24 hours. It's odor-free, latex-free, and it's waterproof. I typically have kind of watery eyes anyways. My favorite part about this glue, which this is how it looks, it's kind of dirty, sorry about it, but the thing I like about this one is when you open it, there's no like dispenser. It comes off of a little brush that's already in there. And I think that's incredibly easy, especially if you're just starting to just be able to coat your lash with it that way, instead of squeezing it out of a tube or putting it on something else or anything like that. This just cuts down on time and makes it a lot easier. Other than that, my most like desired tool for you guys to have is tweezers. If you're not used to getting close to your eyes with stuff like this, it can be kind of intimidating the first try, so maybe get ones that aren't sharp. I'm going to go ahead and get my lash. I'm going to make sure that there's no hairs or anything like that on it, which if you guys reuse lashes a few times, sometimes it picks up on random hairs. So if you're just starting off and you've never used lashes, or you're using lashes you haven't used before, you want to go ahead and kind of put that on your eye. So you're getting a basic idea for where you're going to need to place them, but also if you're going to need to trim them. You don't want these to go all the way in, and you definitely want them to be on the outer corner. You don't want to push them so far in this way that it's like you don't have any out here or anything like that. So make sure that those are where you want them. This is something I like to do that I think makes it easier. Since I have mascara on both of my lashes, I'll just go ahead and get my finger and start pushing those down a little bit, so that when I go to put my lashes on, I'm not battling with all of my other very curly eyelashes. Then here's my lash, and I'm going to go ahead and put it right on the band. That's why I think this makes it so much easier. You'll want to make sure that you get a good amount of glue. Don't cake it on there though, because then you're going to have to wait for it to dry longer, and it's going to look really thick and kind of nasty on your eye. So you want to get a good amount towards the ends. I'm going to say at the beginning and the end, so the inner corner and outer corner, so that you don't have anything separate through the day. So this is pretty much what mine looks like right now. Not too much glue, but enough that it's going to hold. While it's drying, I'm going to take both ends and just start kind of making a U and moving it around, so that when I have it on my eye, it has a natural little shape to it. And I'm also going to blow on it a little bit, because one of my biggest tips, this has changed the game for me, you're going to wait until this glue is almost clear, so that way it's nice and tacky. That's what people mean when they say you have to wait till it gets tacky. You're like, how am I going to look at this and know? You're going to wait till it gets almost clear, so that when you put it down, it's not so slidey like Elmer's glue, and you're trying to like get it to stay down and you're holding it there. If you wait till it's tacky, then when you put it on, it kind of takes more to where you put it. It sticks a lot better that way. So we're going to wait just a few seconds. Also make sure that when you're putting that glue on, you're not putting it on the lashes on the bottom side or the top side, but you're putting it right on the band, because if you put it on the bottom or the top, it's going to get glue all over your lashes and you're going to have a mess. So make sure that you're getting it right at the band there. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my tweezers. I'm going to try to get these right towards the middle there. I'm going to make sure my lashes are still pushed down, and then we're going to start not with your lashes facing up, not all the way down like this either, because if you put them that way, they're going to stick straight up and look crazy. You want to go in at an angle kind of like this, so not all the way up, not this way, but just about right there. All the way down, stick it. Okay, so then I take my tweezers too, and I kind of adjust at the front to make sure that that's secured to something, and I'll adjust at the back too. And I like to go right next to my lashes and just kind of squeeze it down, so I'm making sure I'm not having a weird gap between my actual eyelashes and the band. So then the rest of this pretty much is just tugging and pulling and adjusting and fixing and making sure that it looks natural and flush with your eyelashes. And like I said, pressing them together helps a whole lot. I just like to take my fingers and kind of tug a little bit to make sure they're where I need them to be. If you see a little bit of white from your glue, don't worry about it right now, because when it dries, it'll be a lot less noticeable, but also we're gonna go back over it with eyeliner anyway, so it won't matter. So that's about it. It's really easy. You just have to get used to your method of putting them on. I think is probably the hardest part. I did not use tweezers forever, and trying to do that with my own fingers, like to begin with, seemed impossible. Like I could not do that. So don't watch this video and think you have to do it with tweezers. It might be easier for you to use just your fingers. whatever it is, just keep trying and try this on a day you don't have to be anywhere, because I found that when I was trying to do lashes for like the first few times and I was going somewhere, well then I'd have a chunk of glue left over and I was like trying to hide it, and then everything just felt wrecked to me, and I'm kind of dramatic about things not going well. So for me, it was easier just to take a few days where I was just going to be at home and it's just regular practicing to see kind of how they fit, how they work, what doesn't work, and how I needed to apply them to make sure that it worked. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this one. You guys can see these lashes are not super dramatic. They add just enough. They do add a little bit of length for me and obviously fullness. So that's why I think these are a good everyday fit without being overly dramatic.